Hi, and welcome to That Is a Joke, and today we have another episode of Retro Arcade versus Retro Console, and today we're going to be looking at two classic games, two of the seminal classic arcade games, starting off with Galaxian, and then its sequel, Galaga, which Galaga just, when it burst out on the screen, it went crazy. So let's start off with Galaxian today, and everybody knows this game. Let's lower this a little bit. Oh, no, don't do that, don't do that. Let's change the volume down here. Okay, let's start. Now, the big thing about Galaga was another take on Space Invaders. But this time with Space Invaders, instead of the enemies marching down at you, slowly but surely, and you had shields to protect you, now the enemies actually dive bombed you. And I'm really bad at this game. Now, the reason why I like Galaga a little bit better, it's more dynamic. You can fire rapid fire as fast as your finger can punch buttons. Yeah, let's be careful. And also, your ship can't get captured and get double ships. No, that's a little bit better. Ah! So, the Space Invaders formula was huge in the time of when video games came out back in the 70s. It's the one that started this whole genre of games. And then Galaxian came out with, with all its color that it had, because realistically, Space Invaders back in the 70s was black and white with a color overlay on the CRT. God, this is horrible. So, when this came out with its full 8-bit color palette, be careful here. And again, the diving of the enemies made a huge difference, and made the game that much more fun. Come on. I want to at least beat the first level. Nice little bonus there. And Namco being Namco, absolutely fun game. You can't go wrong. Let's see what happens now. Oh, these are people on high school. Not saying much, but... Oh. Anyways, there's Galaxian for you. So let's see who did ports for this lovely game. We're going to go over the Atari, and let's see here. What am I looking for? G. And we get a version of Galaxian for the Atari 2600. And also, this was a red label Atari 2600 release, so it was at or near the end of the 2600. I don't want to say explosion of games, but when the sort of the industry started turning back against itself, and when Atari started putting out some half-decent games at that point in time. As you can see here, just with its standard, 1983, it's an updated cartridge. It doesn't look like it's out of the 70s, and overall, the graphics look not too bad. Let's start this up. The color palette's nice with the stationary. Ooh, the animation's good too. See, here's another good example of a great Atari 2600 game. The graphics are very, very close, but within the palette of the Atari. But again, at the later stages of the industry, or the Atari 2600, they knew how to program for the thing, so the graphics, the gameplay, everything was a lot better. And that flashing that you see on some of the Atari games has been reduced quite a bit. Actually, a lot. It's very rare that you see it in this game. And obviously, this is a lot easier to play. Okay, come on. Let's finish this. Bit it there. Okay. Come on, let me just get the last one. Okay. Ram into it. That always works. Okay, so things are happening a little bit quicker now. This is a nice progression for the games back in the day. Come on. Oh, and nice to see that when the ship goes off the screen, it restarts from the top. It doesn't swing back again. Again, keeping to the roots of the arcade game. Very well programmed by whoever did this one. Look at that, of course. Okay, and just to end this segment, I'll get rammed. Oh, and look at that. That's cool too. I mean, look at that. That's, again, a great job that Atari did with Galaxian. This was a really, really good port. I'm really happy with it. Now, let's move on to the next. Who else did one? Let's see, the Atari 5200, the ugly stepchild of the Atari family, and there it is, Galaxian. And I gotta maneuver now through the fun of the emulator. Okay. Run. RetroPie. ROMs. 5200. Galaxian, there we go. Okay, good old Galaxian. Let's start her up. And at first look, this is not too bad. A little squish. This is, I've noticed again on the Atari 5200 games. They actually vertically squished the games down a bit. But it actually doesn't look half bad. The color palettes are there. The colors are there. Let's see how the sound and everything else. And the ship looks really good. Huh? What was with that pause? Ooh, they made this really hard, actually. And your ship moves incredibly fast. Probably to the poor design of the original controller of the Atari 5200. Come on. What's with that pause? I hope the original game is not like this. The sound on it is actually pretty good too. Ooh, finished the level. Nice. Now, obviously, it's going to get harder. Oh. And then that's it. There you go, folks. There's the Atari 5200 of Galaxian, which is not too bad, but the odd pausing seems like, I don't know, runs out of memory and it's got to refresh. Who knows? But overall, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Who's got it next? Atari 7800 only. I think it only has Galaga, and that's correct. So we're going to check that a little bit later. Now let's go over to ColecoVision, and let's see if there was a version made for ColecoVision. And yes, there was. Actually, before we go on to the ColecoVision, was there one for Intellivision? There must have. No, there is not. So it looks like the Intellivision got left out. So again, Galaxian, made by Atari Soft, by the software engineers over at Atari. And let's give this a. Why do I have so many versions of this? Let's give this a shot. Ooh, I'm impressed. The big Atari logo. Let's go novice. That looks amazing. Your ship, the explosions, a little bit of flashing on the ears. I wonder if that's done on purpose, or yeah, it looks like it's done on purpose. That's actually really cool, and I've never noticed that on the arcade. Oh my god, they did an awesome job for the ColecoVision. So ColecoVision fans rejoice. I mean, this version is actually really, really good. No, I gotta play this again. This is really well done. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is a game you'd be super happy to bring home, saying that it plays just like the arcade, and it damn well does. And actually a little bit better, to be quite honest with you. The color palettes are great. Oh, 800 on that one. Oh, and that's it. That's it for the ColecoVision, which, what am I going to say? This is awesome. This was a great attempt by Atari, a great port for the ColecoVision. This is like a must-have for sure. So now let's take a look at Galaga. And now for Galaga. There is not one person out there who doesn't know what this game is. Everybody knows this game. Everybody knows how exciting this game is. Doesn't matter how you pronounce it. Galaga, Galaga. Doesn't matter. This game was phenomenal. With a high score of 823,000, or 82,000 by my son, which I'm not going to even bother trying, but let's just get to it. I mean, there's not much more explaining I can do. This game speaks for itself. The music, the sound, everything speaks for itself. One of the first games that One Up Arcade did for those cabinets, arcade cabinets that you take home, is Galaga with Galaxian on it. It's just so much more dynamic, so much more fluid. Enemies turning around on you. Getting bombed that way. I'm actually better than this, folks. Let's see here. Last guy, and there we go. Or as like some people like to call it, bees from space. Let's just see how far I can go with one credit. Oh, made it to the challenging stage without a second ship. I knew I was going to do that one. Ah. Not bad for a single ship. Okay. Anyways, so we don't get everybody bored to death and bored to tears with this. I'm just going to play a little bit more, and then we'll show the one and only, and interestingly, port of this game. I'm surprised why nobody else ported it more. Okay, let's get out of here, and I'll show you guys what I mean. So if we go to the Atari 2600, go down to G, all we have is Galaxian, right? 5200, go down, just Galaxian. 7800, like I showed earlier, is we have Galaga right there. And now let's take a look at ColecoVision. I only think they only have the one, I think. Yeah, Galaxian, that's it. And then in television, I know there was no G's there. Yeah, that's it. That was it. So, let's bring up the 7800 version. All the little nifty little graphics there for the Atari. Okay, the ship is okay looking. It's clunky. It's very clunky. I mean, it's an okay port, but I was expecting better, folks. Absolutely expecting better. The version of Galaxian for the ColecoVision is far superior than this. Why is this weird? Great. Maybe it's at a slower version. Oh, that spinning around thing wasn't that greatest either. I'm sorry, gang. I'm not too happy about this. And I actually have a 7800 downstairs, and I was thinking about getting this game. Now I don't know, especially now that the retro game prices now that you gotta pay. Just the way they move, it's not. I mean, on its own merit, it's not too bad. But if you compare, but if you're comparing it to the arcade, no, this is not doing it for me. I'm not happy about the 7800 version at all. It's a weak. Oh, okay. Let's see what up. Fighter capture with no backup fighters. Oh, at least the music they got right for that. And I got a game over. Anyways, folks, not too happy about that, and I'm really surprised there isn't more ports of Galaga. Let's go NES. Let's take a look. There's gotta be. Oops. The NES has to. Let's see here. Good old. There are tons of game. Wait. Galaga Demons of Death? What the hell is this? Sorry, not to piss off any Nintendo fanboys, but, well, let's take a look. I got an open mind. Let's see what this is. Galaga. There we go. Music is identical. Okay, look at this. This is perfect. Okay, the 7800 was supposed to compete against the NES. No wonder the NES won out. This is exactly like the arcade. There's no difference. I mean, there's some little scanning issues, but other than that, this is pitch perfect with the arcade version. The colors are correct. Everything's correct. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay, the 7800 version is garbage. Garbage, 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 garbage. And I'm not saying that lightly. Very heavy-handedly. Even though I'm a big Atari guy, but that was bad attempt. Okay, let's see the challenging stage. Like everything's spot on. Yeah. No. Well, there you go. Hands down, the NES version is the best. Plain and simple. You can't get any better than this. If you want Galaga and you got an NES, this is the game you get. The speed's there, everything's there. This is amazing. I'm like flabbergasted. Okay, folks, we're gonna call that a show. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching this video series. Also, if you like what we're doing here, please subscribe, like, hit the bell button so you know when we do go live and when we post another video. And also, you know what? If you want to send us a couple of bucks to keep on doing what we're doing, please do. Hit the links below the screen, and that's it. Thanks, everybody. Take care and have a great night.